Welcome back to the Stormcaller's Fury, episode 31, something like that. Last we left off was very complicated. There was a lot going on, and there's a lot to cover. But essentially, we did a big, long combat with the Skavren warriors, the giant bat-riding drow, who had begun to attack the goblins. You had gone to try and save them, and in the process of fighting them and trying to save the goblins, one of your party had been taken and was lifted aloft into the air, and you weren't sure what was going to happen to them. We moved with them during the combat to sort of see what was happening, and as Zephyr attempted to rescue her friend, she realized mid-flight that she was in fact confronting one of her worst fears, that being bats. And upon realizing what she was looking at, there was a sense of panic that meant that she was unable to concentrate so much on the flight itself. In doing so, she began to fall many, many feet into the caverns below, and in a divine act, a desperate attempt to save her, Persephone decided to contact her patron. Her god, rather. She's not a warlock. Aren't all clerics warlocks? Really, they're just warlocks with more rules.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Rolling exceptionally well, 100% on your D100 of divine intervention.
0.
She did 0. She did intervene. I was confused. Going against most things that she holds disciplined, she did intervene. She sent an old friend of Zephyr's family to rescue his princess. That being one of the last sapphire dragons, an ancient blue dragon that had been looking for something in the depths of the caverns, caught her midair and carried her to safety. The stipulation of Persephone's request was that the Weaver save Zephyr and made no mention of herself, and in doing so was swiftly taken to the Drow citadel deep underneath the mountain. We left Persephone in her cell, confronted by one of the Drow warriors, coming to the realization that the sconces lighting pretty much the entire keep, this blue flame, were preventing her from conjuring any sort of magic. And they had removed her holy circle. Circle? Yes, a circle. Holy symbol, so that she couldn't contact her divine mistress. And that's where we pick it off. We will begin with the party congregating where they are. Let me know what you guys are sort of planning, or what's first on your mind as you begin to make your way back to the goblin city. They're aligned with various different beautiful lights. What is the objective here?
So we're with our new friend. Please remind me of his name. Somebody.
Be great if I also remembered it, wouldn't it?
It was, what's his name? Aelthrix.
Aelthrix, yes.
Yes. So with our new friend Aelthrix, and Aelthrix has, let's say, issues with fitting into small spaces.
He does.
Be a big
So,
boy.
He's a very big boy.
how close can he get / will he get to the Goblin City?
I think you notice that he doesn't often stray very far from Zephyr, despite his size. So he will follow you into that city unless you tell him otherwise.
I mean, it's more a case of I don't know how open this city is because he can't get to where the bat and the why am I drow have gone. He said that he cannot enter because he is too big. So I was just wondering if that's the case with the Goblin City.
The way the Goblin City has been constructed, there are portions where if you flew underneath the dome, then you would be able to access. He would break a lot of things in doing that.
I think they would get I think she would go like have him sort of not say anything, and he would follow as close as possible until it became quite obvious that if he continued on, there would be quite a bit of destruction and danger for their new goblin friends. And she kind of will look back at him and give him this apologetic look of I need to go ahead, but I don't think you should follow.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think she'll just kind of lay a hand on his like little nose area, and just kind of be in a calming way of just I'm sorry, and because she doesn't really want to be parted from him either. There's something familiar, even though this is her first time meeting. She just says, I think I worry about what will happen if you follow. I don't know. And then she kind of looks at towards the city and goes, what is your relationship with the goblins?
They know enough to keep a wide berth.
Yeah.
I do not have any trouble.
They've been kind to us, and if a little bit mischievous. I think if you were to follow, we might break a few things, and I don't want them to get mad at us or to put them in any danger.
You would want me to wait here?
If you don't mind.
Whatever you command. And you see he sort of lays his head gently onto sort of curling slightly. You can see a wing begins to cradle himself.
A little puppy boy.
He looks deeply distressed at the use of the word command, and once again reiterates, no. If you don't mind, like you can do what you want.
He just keeps his head some rested.
And then I guess she'd look at the others and say, who do we even talk to try and find out how do we save Persephone?
Best bet's probably talking to the goblin riders. The guys we saw earlier. Before we came into the city, because if anyone's going to know where the bats are, they probably do, because I guess they stole them from them.
Well, didn't Elthrix say that he knows where it is, he just can't go in there?
That is what he said.
I get the feeling though that if they are like riders on these bats, and as she says the word bats, you just see this like visceral like shiver, like ugh, bat, God. That if we go without either mounts or without people who know the inside of the area a bit better than we do, let's just say I feel like their city or their area is not going to just be ground level.
Yeah. No, agreed.
And I think we might need our goblin friends to help with that.
On the topic of mounts, the scaverin that I captured at the end of the thing and put in a cage, am I able to, like, one, get some venom from it? Because fuck, I want to use that on one of the drow, because they tried to use it on me, so tough luck.
I'd say it's let's see if it's still unconscious.
And then with the assistance of the goblins that know how to ride them, can I attempt to try and pseudo tame it by like electroshock therapy with my shotgun?
Oh my god.
None of the goblins know how to ride them.
Okay, what was? I thought the goblins were flying on something. Was that something different?
No.
Okay, no, I just got my head cannon messed up then. Right. Part of me wants to say, can I Da Vinci up some form of glider for us? But I don't think we'll have time for that, so I will put that out of there.
Why don't we talk to your tinkering friends and see if they have some kind of flying machine?
Sorry.
Part of me really wants to just blow the tinker horn now, even though it might be useful later. just to be that guy, just like, minions!
Tonight we steal the moon!
I feel that might
We're
be
on the
useful
same
at some point. So. Yeah, so
They do
I'll
have
go
very
chat
much a
with them.
minion energy, to be fair.
Yeah. I'll go chat with the Tinker Buddies and see if there's anything we can put together. At least a basic glider to help Zephyr when she does lose concentration on her flight. She still glides a little bit, maybe. Maybe like a parachute or something.
I don't even think it was. She didn't. When in that situation, she cast. Was it Gust? Knocked herself off of me.
So it
Otherwise-
It was the fear of the bat, wasn't it?
It was both.
flying. It was So
Yeah.
the reason she stopped flying was the fear of the bat.
Because she was scared.
According
and then
to
she was
Mel.
clinging on to me. And then the reason she fell was because she cast Gust at the bat above her in
Yes.
panic and
Mhm.
plummeted. Oh, poor girl.
Are we still with some of the goblins that we rescued? Not to take
A good
all the
portion
credit.
of them
guys.
ran. A good portion of them were already running. As soon as they saw the dragon, they were just.
And who can blame them?
I mean, yeah, who would blame them? So you'd guess that now they've got the platform. Now you brought them the platform and they've moved it over. They can get back to the city fine.
I just want to ask one of them if they have like a mayor or any kind of person in charge. A king, maybe.
Is it the priestess of the?
Yeah, like-
I don't know.
Do they have a
Authority figure?
like
you
leader?
You can definitely go ask around for sure.
Then I would like to ask around the goblins and be like, "Hello, do you have a leader? Anyone that's in charge?
Yeah, so you guys making your way back into the city. Obviously, the first portion you come into contact with is the sort of tinkering district before you get to the more central platform, and that music and the drums comes back to you all. You can see a couple of the goblins that you saved are talking to other ones and pointing your way. You can see one of them's making like big arm movements. And as you approach, they will just immediately look at all of you, and you see a sense of like wonderment at most of you.
Everybody alright? Imagine that's something that doesn't happen often.
It does. It does happen quite a lot.
Damn. You guys have it a lot worse than we thought.
Do you guys have anyone that's, like in charge, like a mayor of the city, or a king or a queen?
Chieftain?
Or yeah?
See, they look a little bit puzzled. And then sort of shake their head.
Do any of you have any way of flying like the bats?
You see a couple of them are just like continue shaking their head. But if someone wants to make a perception check, sure.
I mean, I have advantage. Does anyone have? But I have a +0. Does anyone have like a good?
I've got a +2. That's about it. So I can try, but with how my rolls go, you might be better off with advantage.
I'll do the thing. I'll do the roll. Oh, good. I shouldn't have done the thing. That's 7.
Yep, a bunch of them just shaking their heads.
Good.
Are we like near like the Tinker Tower at the minute, or is it like? Okay. Can I like go into
like,
the actual?
Like I said before, everything's like 5-10 minute walk from each other.
Yeah. So, I'll just check all of the guys are okay. Then I'll wander in and I'll kind of just do like the whole mad scientist, scramble through everything to see what I can find material-wise, and then try and work out if there's anything we can build from it.
Make me a straight intelligence roll.
Straight intelligence.
Yeah, so be your just a d20 and then whatever your intelligence modifier is.
Did I really roll a 2 for a total of 5?
There's a lot of scrap, and you feel like you feel like you might be able to. You haven't really studied into flight.
Yeah.
Yet you've sort of tinkered around with things that you've already come into contact with. The only new thing being obviously the steel defender. You haven't looked into how flight works yet. The best you know is maybe how birds work, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Can I like gather together a few of the tinkering guys and ask them, just say hi. I'm hoping that you guys would be able to help us. I'm willing to pay for your time would you be able to make something with the help of Callan here that would help us follow the bats, maybe fly, or at least float? Please? Pretty please?
Make me a persuasion roll. And actually, no, just make it straight.
Come on. Hells yeah, 23.
23. Okay. I'd say you noticed the ones that Callan had been talking to. You sort of look at them, and as you're talking, you see their eyes sort of light up, and they sort of begin nodding ever so slightly, and then it just becomes like a full-on big nods. You watch one of them sort of reaches back, and he brings out it's like looks like a belt buckle, and you can see like little inscriptions and cogs on it, and sort of like hands it towards Callan.
Do I understand what it is?
If you take it, you might, yeah.
Yeah. I'll take it and have a look and see if I can work out how it works and what it does.
Yeah, so you find, as you pick it up and you're sort of looking it over, you see those runes glow ever so slightly. The runes are dwarven, so you know that they've stolen this from up top. And then they use, there's some goblin machinery in there, some tinkering. You see some of that glob, the illuminated paint has also been inscribed in the inside. And as you're looking it over, you come to sort of the conclusion that this would it's almost like a levitate enchantment that's been placed on this buckle. And as you're inspecting it and looking it over, you get the sense that this would perhaps change the effect of gravity for a short period of time. So you would be buoyant when you were wearing it.
Sort of like a life jacket for the air. In a way.
Essentially, it's a zero grav belt buckle is what he's holding.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Do you, by chance, have more of these, or did you just get the one?
We have a couple. There is some malfunctions. It doesn't last very long, and they tend to break a lot.
Okay.
That
Maybe
doesn't
it's
sound
something.
safe.
Maybe that's something we could work on together. Have you got any stronger materials we can maybe use? Try and improve it. Maybe I can take a look.
You see, he sort of
I'm
thinks
still kind
about
of a
it.
novice myself, but...
Maybe, but it would take time.
Okay.
How long is not very long? As in how long they last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Nim immediately turns to Zephyr. Goes, can you talk to that dragon from here?
I don't think so.
Do you want to
I haven't
try?
tried. I can maybe I can try. And she looks very shiftily, kind of feeling a little bit foolish, and it's just like, Aelthrix, can you hear me? And she says that out loud at first, not really putting that much effort in, and then she tries again, but mentally trying to do so. And as this is happening, she puts her hand on the necklace that she wears, the one that was from the tiefling rider.
Mm-hmm. You get like a brief scratch at the edge of your consciousness of just like a gentle unconsciousness. And you would guess maybe he's already napping.
Okay. Zephyr's like, so I don't really know how it works, but either I can, and he's not like listening, or he's not tuned in. And she just looks very lost. She goes, or I absolutely cannot.
Right. Okay.
But
Well,
I can go back and talk to him.
I was just wondering, like, if he knows any more about, like, inside the area, like, maybe his dragon senses know, like, what goes on beyond the part that he can't get in. But, you know, that's fine. Like, I feel like goblin floaty belts that are gonna last 10 minutes is better than no floaty belts.
At worst, they could help us stall or fall. I don't think we rely on them to actually fly anywhere, but to stop us falling from a great height, probably an okay measure.
I would not recommend falling from a great height.
I think
maybe
maybe we'll be able to climb, and then we can just wear the floaty belts in case, you know, we fall as we climb.
Quick escape method. Jump out a window.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Callum tries to say with a straight face, because every time he's tried to jump off anything, he's landed flat on his face.
Pull out a window. Time to pull out fenestration as a attack spell.
You just use it on one of your companions just to quickly get them out the window.
I like just turn to the goblins and I'm like, how much would you like for the complete set of floaty belts?
You saved our kin. You can have them for free.
Thank you. That is very generous.
And if you die using them, then we will know not to use them anymore.
I like your thinking, sir.
That is a fair trade. Yeah, we will return them upon successful completion of our mission.
Okay.
You know,
she like
with
just a little nod and was like,
with a little bit of practical experience with them, we might work out how to make them a little bit safer. You never know. So, we got floaty belts. Do any of the goblins know of a way to get there on foot, or is flight our only option?
Or like, how many entrances does it have? I guess. Like,
yeah,
because Aelthrix knows a way or the direction, but
yeah, he probably knows like the big cavern entrance, but he's not going to know anything small. Yeah.
Where's the element of surprise entrance, please?
As you guys are sort of looking around, asking that, they're all sort of, they look a little bit anxious. You kind of get the sense that a good proportion of them are way too scared to go look at where these sort of warriors come from. But you do feel a small tug on your sleeve, Zephyr. and there's a very familiar looking goblin sort of looking up at you with his big gilded shiny boots, and you can see the most mischievous twinkle in his eye. Spindle sort of tugs on your sleeve, and as he's looking up at you, he's like, I've been there.
Oh,
I can tell you.
you've been there on your own?
Well, one time I took some of the others, but they were too scared to get any closer.
Oh, okay. Is it? How do you get there?
You can make it there through some of the tunnels. I can show you, or we can use some of the long line cables. And he sort of points off, and you can see in some parts of the city there are long steel cables that sort of extend from the parts where there's no bridges, and every now and then you can see a goblin sort of just zipping down, and they're wearing like a small little harness, and you can see it's a lot quicker to get across the city. We can, like those, and he points at them.
Yeah, and then we'll just look at the others and be like, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Have we taken a rest of any kind in between this, or is this?
You haven't asked for one.
I do that. I've been thinking that this entire time.
I would like to if we have time, but if we're on the clock,
you can, then... as you guys are sort of discussing what you want to maybe take, maybe supplies wise, what you want to figure out, maybe ask any more questions, you can take your short rest as you're doing that.
Okay.
It didn't take.
But yeah, as you do that, Spindle does sort of explain a little bit about what this place looks like. He refers to it as a citadel, because it's not quite a city, it's more like a very big fortress. Essentially, it's built very much like Glimmerkiltan. It's built into the side of a cavern, and it occupies vertically upwards about 900 feet into the rock face. It's organized into stacked tiers almost. They aren't on top of each other, they more blend sort of a zigzag pattern from one to the next. And a lot of it is sort of, as he's moving through it, sort of like the lower portions where there are access tunnels and walkways and things like that are sort of been carved or naturally formed in the mountain, with all different smaller caverns. There are barracks and armories and sort of very tall buildings that are built into the stone, and then as it rises up it gets narrower and narrower until a set of 5 towers that form roosts for the bats. In the middle, at the top, he tells you that there is a very big house, in his words. A very big house. It's very ornate he says it's fancy, and there's lots of big windows with no glass. He does mention that the whole thing is lit by blue lights. So you would guess maybe, and from your combat, you would guess maybe the drow aren't a fan of light. And in this big house is where a lot less armored people live, apparently, according to him.
And we can get to the big house without flying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, amazing. You're... Perfect. Thank you, Spindle.
Yes, so there's
Would you be willing?
different sort of natural fissures and tunnels that you can breach it by. You can use long line cables if you want, but it will be a lot quicker. It would take maybe 2 hours if you use those ones. If you take the tunnels, it'll be maybe 4 to 5 hours. So it depends how much of a rush you're in and how sneaky you want to be about it.
I mean, I feel like there's a certain limitation to how sneaky Zephyr and Nim can be in their clanking armor. But I also think that there'd be a fear of what's happening with Persephone. I mean, she's probably loving it. Just in distress with a
swanning about
man off with the man
handsome
with a man
people
off the
all
front
over
of a
me.
with the man off the front of a romantasy novel. But Zephyr's like, oh my god, he must be like hurting her.
I mean, he's doing something.
Yeah, Nim's like, we need to save her immediately.
I hate you. He's doing something. I hate you. I heard that.
Yes. Speaking of, as you guys are taking your long rest,
Wait,
and are
long or
thinking
short rest?
Short rest. A long rest would take you 8 hours because you have to sleep.
True. So it takes Zephyr 4 hours, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Short
But
rest.
if you want to leave Persephone for another day, then that's up to you. You can do that.
No.
No.
No, fine. I'm not saying anything. I'm not here. Ooh, spooky ghost.
Actually, on that, Zephyr, now that they have a plan and kind of know what they want to do, Zephyr's gonna reach out to Persephone with message.
How did what?
It's like you're psychic. That's literally what Hiccups just messaged me.
I just messaged him being like, do you know how hard it is to not metagame and remind her that she has this message?
Yeah.
How did you know?
Because I don't think she'd have messaged like earlier because she's just like in panic, and then so she's like, okay, we'll get a plan, and then that way I can tell Persephone the plan and also make sure that Persephone's still alive.
It's just the timing. I literally within like the past 30 seconds had messaged like him.
Amazing. I used message in your brain. Or you used message. Yes, one of
Okay.
those.
Tell me, what does it feel like when Zephyr is sending these messages? What sort of psychic feeling does the recipient receive before they hear the words?
Think of it as the gentlest little poke of asking permission to be like announcing her presence before like kicking the door down and being like, yo. Just the faintest little like boop boop, like, are you there?
Hello? Anybody in?
Yeah.
Cute.
But yeah, she'd be like, Persephone, you there? We have a plan. We're gonna come rescue you, but if you could tell me like anything, like, can you see like what kind of room are they holding you in? Just we're coming for you right now.
Okay. Speaking of, Persephone.
Hello.
It's not been long. It's been maybe an hour
Okay.
of them doing whatever they're doing. So I'd say it would be literally just after the woman closes the door and says, "Your land magic won't work here," and she closes the door, and you just feel a
So
gentle.
it would be in the middle of me burning their book.
Yeah.
I had their book on
Yes.
fire. Okay. Nice.
As those sort of blue and yellow flames begin to like filter the room, yeah, you feel just the gentlest little poke at your brain.
God, I did not plan for this, even though I thought about it. Seth will be startled because she's like, she'll drop the book because she's on the balcony holding this fiery book. And she's just gonna drop it in panic, and it's just gonna fall down on fire, cascading. And then she's gonna. Can I hear her? Because I'm in the anti. Will that thing still reach me even though I'm in an anti-magic?
Let's see how strong Zephyr is with that suck level.
I only just thought about that.
Zephyr, can you roll me a d20, please?
Oh no.
I can.
And
indeed.
you can add
just
your Arcana.
what Arcana?
I was about to
Well,
say,
there you
I'm
go.
pretty sure it's nothing. We're twins
That's
in no intelligence.
That's a 14.
In your rage of burning this book,
Mm-hmm.
you feel a little sparkle across your skin.
Mm-hmm.
And just for a minute, you can feel almost like you've had the same feeling whenever you've had visions from the Weaver. It's like a cloak across your shoulders. It's not less so much someone's hands, or it's like a material. It's like a shroud, and you just feel the gentlest caress of that back. And Zephyr, your message does go through. So I rolled a 4.
Then, okay. Then, in even more panic, she's going to say, "Holy shit, that works! You what? Yeah, you can hear me. I can hear you. I can hear. They took everything. I have nothing. They took my magic. I can't use my magic. They took my holy stuff. They have stars on their skin." She's just like rambling, not knowing what to say, not knowing how many words. Like, she doesn't know how long this message is going to go on. So much so that it'll probably cut her off halfway through. But she's just gonna ramble so much. They have stars on their skin, but only on their face, not anywhere else. They're really pretty. I hate it. They're so pretty. I'm in a tower. I don't know how high I am, but it's very tall. There's bats. I don't know what to do. I help. And that's probably how she's gonna end it. It probably gets cut off halfway through because she is just not knowing what to say or do, and she doesn't even know if that message is gonna go through.
Okay. Zephyr, obviously you can only cast this once.
Yes.
So you will have to know what you are doing within 6 seconds, what you are going to say to her as you hear this flood of rambling.
Wait, what do you mean? I have to know within. I didn't think I could respond back.
Yeah.
I can reply.
No, so I will let you. I'm sort of ad lib that you can say any rest of your message that you were going to send, rather than just seeing if it would work.
Okay. Oh, good. You're alive. Just. We'll be there. Just. I think she's so shocked that it's happened, and also is very confused by Persephone just being like, they have stars on their skin, and she doesn't want to. And she doesn't want to ask like what she thinks is the rude question of, oh my god, are you family?
Oh my god, racist.
Okay.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Like, never mind that you're completely different races.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm a tiefling. We might be like second cousins.
Yeah.
You know, twice removed or whatever.
I
That
don't know
is.
how yeah. I don't know how hybrids work in this world.
No,
Zephyr herself is one.
I do. I'm not going to tell you.
Well, of course you do. You're the dick out.
Okay, yeah. As you guys finish off, sort of resting, collecting, maybe you've left some gear or you just need to pick some up. What would you like to do for the rest of you guys?
With the way that they're going with the goblins, will they pass Aelthrix at all?
No. No, they would take you a different way.
I think that every so often she would continue to try and communicate with him. Not necessarily the sort of, the entire time while they're preparing and things, but even just like when they're on their way or whatever, just to be like, in case it works, just to be like, I didn't abandon you, like the goblins are taking us a different way, and just trying to share that with him. But other than that, other than her short rest, I don't think Zephyr will be doing anything specifically.
Do these cables look like they can hold a fair amount of weight? Or are they like... I'm just thinking, is Steel Defender going to have issues or not?
I don't know. I wouldn't expect so. They sort of function the same way you guys do.
Okay. Just want to double check. People literally like grab on and it snaps off and then we all fall.
Ooh, I would say maybe maybe the long line cables and potentially the belt. You're not too sure if weight comes into play, because it does weigh a significant amount.
I figured.
It's made of metal. It's a big old metal thing.
Yeah. I could technically make it into something else, but I kind of like the Defender. Does it have anything? Look at his stat sheet, building. It doesn't have a climbing speed.
Nim kind of looks at the cables and is like, will they hold me?
Make me an insight.
This could be interesting. I don't have the best insight. Oh, that's 16.
You're pretty confident that they might.
Amazing.
It was maybe like 50-50, it's now more like 70-30.
Good enough for me.
I'll take that chance.
Okay, I can't.
Yeah,
change
Nim is
that.
very much like, we need to get there as fast as possible. I don't care if we're sneaky.
Yeah.
Let's go in, let's save her.
Okay. In the case, is it like the sections of line as we're going, or is it like one continuous?
There's different.
Like
So
long
you
period.
essentially it's like a network of cables that they've strung up. The last maybe 10-15 minutes would just be using the tunnels. It would just mean that you'd get there a lot quicker using the cables. The only problem with those is that they are across the vast deep cavern. So if there was any patrols roaming around, they would be able to see you.
Okay.
So it's
That's
really
fine.
if you want to gamble it more than not.
Either way, if I'm bringing a defender, I'll basically instruct it to like wait until I think we're at least 3/4 of the way before it gets on. I'll like try and estimate how long it is just in case it does snap the cable. Just so we've
Fair
got
enough.
a bit of leeway time.
Yeah, you get there
But
and
the
you're like,
advantage-
okay, you can come now, and you just hear twang. I'm like, ah, fuck.
But the advantage of having the defender with us is that we can't be snuck up on because it has
True.
danger sense. So it is
does.
very useful to have with us.
I can't be snuck up on magically, and my new tattoo does the thing.
It does. Yes, you
The
cannot
thing.
be surprised.
Sorry, I just really wanted to be on board with you saying the thing.
The thing.
The
So-
thing.
Yeah.
If we've got possibility of combat today, can I have my little stabby thing?
Stabby thing?
Oh, the
No,
at the
you can
Here's
play-
gauntlet.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Ah.
I want to
His hidden
stab
blade.
I mean, they've given it to you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I do. Is it
You must
item
now
already,
speak
or-
in an Italian accent. I don't make the rules.
Oh, I'm gonna lace that fucker with the drow venom from that scaverin at some point when I eventually work out how to make it, and I'm gonna stab a fool in the neck with it. It's gonna happen.
Hot damn.
Try to take me out. I'm taking you out first, buddy.
Did I not add it? I don't think I added it. Hang on. I think I have a version of it for the new campaign I'm running. I just have to find it.
No, it's not prevalent for this second, so that's fine. Just curious if you actually had it already, or if it's still in the works. Right. In that case, I will. Do the goblins have any like spare rope or anything that we can take with us, just as if we need to like jump out windows, etc., to get out away from things? Because we don't have any rope on us, I'm assuming. Unless anyone else bought rope. I never bought
Yeah,
rope.
I'd say that maybe they'll have like 50 foot of rope that you can borrow.
Mhm.
Just like, borrow some abseiling equipment, some
Yeah.
Right.
They're not.
What-
Yeah, so it's a lot of like just it's salvage. They're making a
Yeah.
lot of this just out of.
Do any of my tinker buddies have any black powder of any kind?
Make me a persuasion check. Because I know the answer to that question, but it's whether or not they'll give it to you.
I have a +0. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
18.
we need you. Never mind.
Best roll. It's not. I got nothing in. Yeah, it's an 18.
They don't have any black powder, but they do have a powder of darkness.
Ooh. Okay. I'm assuming that just creates magical darkness in an area.
Yes. Yeah.
I was
Just like a
about to be
smoke
like,
bomb.
what did that mean?
It's a smoke bomb, yeah. You think
Cool.
maybe they might have stolen it from the drow. And actually, when you say they, you think Spindle might have nicked it.
That's
Okay.
my boy.
Like, there's a
Uh.
specific handprint on the side of, like, the sort of stone casing that just is, like, bright yellow, and it's very Spindle.
Okay.
I'll also, whilst we're like preparing, I'll create 3 more light arrows with my magical tinkering. Because they were quite effective before. No, I rolled high, but doesn't hurt to have some on me. So I currently have 8 on me now in total. Right, thinking, is there any other prep to do? So we've got away there. What we're doing when we get there, kind of. Can we draw out, like, I know Keenan is normally the one that does this, but can we like draw out a rough layout of what we think the city looks like, so we have a rough idea where we're going?
Make
what
me
we
a
know?
performance. Make me a performance check.
Well, it's another +0. Let's hope for it, guys.
Do the goblins have
12.
As you begin sort of discussing and talking about different ways, you watch as Callan is like pulling out pieces of parchment and begins to try and scribble down Spindle's very manic descriptions of the citadel. Who would it be? Callan. Zephyr, you feel
Yes.
like a prickle of goosebumps, almost like as you guys are like talking and you're sort of getting in the rhythm of things, you feel a little bit more you all feel a little bit more relaxed, and you're feeling a bit more confident that you can make this plan and it's going to work. But you get the sense that there's someone here who shouldn't be, or like there's just something about something in the air as you get like that sort of breeze, because it's sort of naturally
is it like
forms around you.
is it just like kind of like a sense in terms of like a gut feeling, or is it more like the air, like either through like smell, like what is alerting her the most in terms of
I would
senses,
say
I
it
guess?
is because you have this air that sort of moves around you. It is the movement of the air on your skin and that goosebump feeling. There
Mhm.
is there's someone who is an outsider nearby.
I guess she would kind of scan the area for I feel like she would scan the area for what doesn't match, like
Okay.
as she
Make
feels
me
as she feels this wind like going round the area, just kind of trying to specifically hone in on following where it stops where it shouldn't.
Okay. Yeah, you, as you're sort of scanning around, you see just behind Callan, as you're all like talking in the circle and he's beginning to like pull out parchment and stuff, there is ever so slightly, because there's so much light here, like there's neon light everywhere, there is something that sort of blocks the way of the light ever so slightly behind his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look at that and you realize, you hear like the most thunderous sneeze, and materializing out of the gloom. I rolled a natural 1. You see the sort of magenta tinged leathers, the sort of slowly curling tusks and green skin and that white braided hair, as Kozar sort of sneezes and sort of makes himself very much known, and he's standing ever so slightly off to the side of Callan's shoulder in the corner.
Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Talk about entrance. You're normally the sneaky one. Couldn't help it.
Stephanie,
Sorry.
has
worst rogue
Kozar
ever.
changed anything since he's been in Guerfell and just roaming around?
Are you asking me? Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know what he was doing.
So he was the last thing you guys heard was that he was helping out the elves with doing some of the sneaky shit. And he'd made very good friends with a bruiser. And him and
because I wasn't here.
Kozar were just essentially they were the muscle for the elves in whatever they were up to.
Mm-hmm. I imagine he was just sort of doing that then. He doesn't. I imagine he's also, like, I think we joked about it. We joked about something similar about how Keenan sensed her calling the drow pretty boy, and like a little shiver went down his spine. But I think that maybe like Kozar could just he just knew something was wrong. He just sort of like he could feel it like down his spine. Like, I should probably go catch up with him. Like at the base of his spine, just make him feel like something's up.
My Persephone senses are tingling.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. The boyfriend sense.
He's not a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, he's your husband, like.
Okay.
Well, I mean, no,
skipped a step.
Keenan's her husband, if we're talking about technicality.
Right.
They both are, which is I'm not okay with. I did not agree to it.
But yes, for the purposes of this session, you are joined by Kozar. Hiccups, you should have his sheet with some very interesting equipment.
Yeah, I'm just reading it.
You do notice as he's sort of standing there, the familiar. Every now and then he wears them on his hips, but now you can see they're sort of poking out the top of his back. You can see 2 scimitars are sort of strapped behind him, and like an array of daggers against his legs. One of them you can see from even just looking at, you can't see the rest of the blade itself, but even just looking at the hilt, it's not made of metal. It seems to be entirely catching all the different neon lights, and it seems like iridescent, almost like a very mineral, crystallic quality to it. And the other one is a very dark metal black. And he's wearing both of those on his back.
Sorry, I'm just reading them.
Are they similar to the crystal scimitar he used to carry, or is it?
Yes, it is pretty much the same one, yeah. It does look slightly like it's been adjusted. You think maybe he might have made a friend with the dwarves.
Well, glad to have another set of hands. Especially when the damsel's missing.
Damsel's missing.
Your senses tingling? Because we didn't know you were around.
Zephyr goes, I did.
It's because you have a passive perception of 17.
Yeah.
That's why.
Jesus Christ.
16, sorry.
I'm just reading this stuff. This is wild. I don't even know how to play a rogue, so it's gonna be interesting. Oh Jesus. Did you wish me to respond for him, or are you going to respond to him again?
You're playing him.
Oh shit. Okay.
Just quickly from I guess the moment because I don't know how long he's been there for. I'm guessing.
For brevity, he has been there. He has been standing and exploring this city for about 14 minutes. So he's been sorry, not exploring this city. He's been standing watching you guys for about 14 minutes.
Okay, so he's fully aware that Persephone is missing. Okay. Cool.
He's quite perceptive. It's like one of the first things he noticed was
Yeah, he really is. I can just see his passive perception at 17.
Just like there's one of you missing. The most
I will
important
say
one.
he's I built him this way on purpose. Not very insightful. He doesn't quite catch the sort of nuances of romance. Doesn't understand it. Yeah.
He's
Not
not
a
the
thing.
only one.
What are you trying to say?
She's talking about herself.
Please.
Nothing. No,
You
nothing.
saying?
Oh, she's talking about
Have you
Persephone.
know, Persephone has like a +6 or like a +7 on insight, so she's still clueless. I guess Kozar will he'll instantly ask, so how did you lose her?
We did not lose her. A bat stole her. Like a big one, like a giant one.
Very true.
Can we not say the B word?
What, bat? I feel like he has no tact, you know? I feel like that's just...
He doesn't.
He has no tact. He would just instantly be like, what, bat? What's wrong with the
Yeah.
word bat? And he just keeps saying it. Do you not like bats?
Ooh, she just like
Zephyr's very much scared of them.
she just sticks
Maybe
her fingers in her ears.
Zephyr's
The
so
flying
cute,
fluff
man.
balls.
No,
Flying fluff balls. There we go.
a random bat, giant bat, so a random flying thing, a random flying creature,
Hmm.
I don't want to say the B word,
Hmm.
just came and stole her.
No,
Yep.
Drow.
I understand that she's in a
riders.
place. I heard you guys talking roughly that she's somewhere else amongst
So
people.
Drow riders attacked us, nearly completely murked us at the same time. In the commotion, at the end, one of them flew off with Persephone. In darkness, so we had no idea she was gone until everything cleared.
And you guys don't know why.
She may have attacked the riders. Maybe.
Like in this world, do romantasy novels exist?
I mean, I found a smut book in like the first time we went. I
Oh,
found, like, a
yeah.
pirate
No, yeah,
smut
they
book.
do exist.
Perfect.
I'm trying to
in my
remember what the
bag.
name of the book that Pipkin has.
It was Thorns and Roses.
Thorns and Roses.
Pretty sure,
Yes.
Amazing.
something like that. Because
Yeah,
I
she
remember it
found it-
because I
So,
read it too.
Okay, in this case,
being that Who took such a liking to you, Zephyr, yes, you would be very much aware. Because
Okay.
Pipkin had that book.
Zephyr's gonna go, well, he was, I mean, he's not really, not for me, but like societally attractive.
Not for
So
me.
maybe it's like those books where the attractive man steals the attractive woman.
What are you? What?
We just see
Maybe-
the fire and
You can
light up.
like no, 'cause like you said, he's not very insightful. You can like see the cogs turning in his head. Like you can almost see them. Like he's just kind of squinting at you for a minute.
Does
He's
no
like-
one else read those books?
Maybe once or twice.
What's the
I
name
more
of the
write
book
those kind of
that,
books.
What is the name of the book that Zephyr discovered that made her want
Oh,
to
Pipkin was
avenge him
reading?
all? No, just
Huh?
one that you know about.
Oh.
From your past. Because we already have Thorns and Roses. So what was
Oh yes,
Zephyr's?
yes.
What was Zephyr's book?
Oh god. I feel like it would also have a terrible name like that, like kind of like how in Dragon Age with fuck, what's the dwarf called? The
I don't remember.
yeah, I feel like it would have been like not a smutty, but like very romance forward fantasy, been like epic tales of adventure. I'm not feeling smart enough to
think
come
of
up with a yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Oh, it was the book that I'm thinking of from Dragon Age is the one Varric wrote that's called Hard in Hightown. But Zephyr would never read such things. Hers would be
Not on
like
purpose.
Bard in Hightown, and then she accidentally picked up the wrong one.
Nice. Good to know. Okay, was there anything else you guys wanted to do to sort of prepare or figure out?
Nope. Nim is a very much barge in and hope for the best kind of girl.
Of course.
I think there's nothing else that can really figure out some of my spells. I've still got 2 spell slots. So I can do. Can I, whilst we were doing our short respite, can I prepare another spell tattoo over that time, or was it too long to prepare it?
What is the restrictions on your?
It's basically it's just the infusion things. So I used the one I had stored last session for shield. So I still have an infused slot spare out of the things I've got infused currently. Because it resets. Oh, it's long rest, so no.
Yeah, long rest.
Yeah, no mind. Sorry. Ignore
That's
me. Yeah, other than that, I just load up the Steel Defender with the rope that the goblins gave us.
Nim puts a floaty belt around the middle of her armor.
Okay.
And I'll just wedge the. How big are the belts? Because I'm assuming they're goblin sized.
Yeah, they are. But
yeah,
it's a buckle in itself, so you would be able to affix it to something of yours.
Okay, I'll put it on my sort of cloak clasp in the middle. Other than that, I think we're good to go.
And what method are you using to get there?
Oh my god. Sorry.
The steel cables.
Yeah, I think we'll just go the fastest route, right?
Yeah.
Ones that got the most durability as well.
Okay. Yeah, as you as Spindle sort of leads the way through the rest of Glimmergilpan, Glimmerdeep, and sort of towards the outer platforms, he takes you a different way from obviously where the confrontation with the Drow was. And as he does, you notice that a lot of the goblins here are sort of less so much celebratory as you would in the inner part of the city. A lot of them are lighting lanterns or very much moving with purpose. They're like testing things, adjusting things, making sure things are well maintained. And towards, as you get right to the outskirts, it takes you to sort of a platform edge with these long anchors that have been like these heavy iron bolts that have been sunk into the rock. And you can see each part of them have sort of been mismatched, repaired with plates of metal and sort of sealed with what looks to be maybe some form of like tar or mortar. And it just, each cable stretches out into very much an open cavern in different directions, vanishing into the darkness. And it's just like an endless void below. Who wants to go first?
It would be Kozar, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Would it?
He'd be like, I feel like he'd be like, let's just fucking get this shit over with.
I don't mind going first if you wanted to be one of us, but it's up to you. If
I feel like he would. I feel like he'd be like, well, what are you guys standing around?
Zephyr will definitely
move.
Zephyr will definitely not go first in case she goes head first into a bat.
That's fair.
Yeah, so as Kozar steps up first, you notice the goblin is sort of like holding up a very small harness and sort of looks him up and down. And then sort of reaches back and he pulls out essentially just a belt with a hook on the end. And
Good
it
enough.
just goes about trying to, and you see even as he pulls it like across the shoulders, and like tries to like cinch it closer, he's like struggling and manages to get it in one hole and sort of like clasp
Like
it
Kozar just
down
helps
tight.
him. He's like pulling it for him.
Yeah. And then you hear like a clip, and as he sort of snatches part of this clasp onto the hook, and you notice that he gives Kozar a glove, and you can see a metal portion on the inside of the palm. He's like, "This is for slowing down. Good luck," and then just pushes him. And you watch as Kozar braces and make me a dex check, please.
Ooh. Oh, good for me, dice. You hear me? You've been doing shit. Okay, what is his dex check?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe plus 4. Yeah, okay. That is a 18.
Very good. You watch, even though the goblin pushed him, he's a very heavy guy, so he does sort of like step forwards and off into the edge
Just
before
dips a bit.
you notice he like dips ever so slightly, that shoulder turning, and it's almost like for a big guy, is very graceful as he sort of like moves his back so that he's in the right position, and he disappears out into the darkness. As you hear
I feel
that.
like as he's disappearing, he just salutes to them. It's a cool
He's
guy
cocky.
salute.
He's a cocky guy.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Alright, do you want to go? There you go.
Yeah.
You go,
Nim's
George.
gonna be like, I better get this over with, otherwise she's gonna panic that she's gonna fall off it immediately. So she's just like, I'll go, and doesn't let
Okay.
herself talk herself out of it.
Okay. As again notices that you're far too big for a proper harness. Make me a dex check he doesn't push you, but he just waits to see if you jump.
Okay. I can
Why
do
did I get
this.
pushed?
That's 14.
Okay. A little less graceful. As you brace I think for Nim the first step off would always be the hardest. Because like it just gives away to nothing. And I think everyone, you sort of rebel at the idea of that this cable, no matter like how thick and strong it might be, doesn't really replace standing on solid ground.
Oh, that is 100% Nim.
Yeah, and you feel the cable sort of creak as your weight settles into it. It's not very graceful for Nim. It just looks like a little awkward jump forwards. There's force behind it, but there's also hesitation. So there's like a big sort of movement, and then like a towards the end. But yeah, it does begin to sort of carry you with enough momentum as you follow Kozar into the darkness. Who wants to go next?
Zephyr.
Zephyr does not want to go last.
Fine,
Yeah,
Defender will be
same
last no matter
again.
what.
For you actually managed to fit one of the larger ones. You're guessing it's maybe made for the hobgoblins. So you're actually in like a proper nice little harness. clips you in. You notice that there's like almost a hand near your back, and he's sort of waiting to see what Zephyr does.
He's waiting to push her.
Zephyr like turns around and is like, "Are you okay?"
Oh yes. I'm just offering. It sort of like pats you on the back, offering comfort.
Oh, I'm fine. And she kind of like backs up a little bit and then like does a running jump.
Okay. Instead of deck, give me an acrobatics.
Oh god.
Oh no. Oh.
This can only go well.
Zephyr's been doing really well with her rolls. Okay.
Come on, lady.
I believe in you, Zephyr.
Woo!
That's a 7. Woo!
No!
I think with a 7, you watch as Zephyr begins sprinting, and right as she gets to the edge, there's just like a little, there's like a rock, and just trips ever so slightly, and you go head first, sort of like body, and then the harness catches you as you, rather than the others that have sort of gone lying back, you are faced forwards, going down the zip line, sort of like flailing ever so slightly. You're fine, completely fine, but I think there's a little bit more panic because
graceful.
your face is going first.
You're like a
As you
Superman, but freaking out.
yeah, pretty much.
Less graceful Superman.
I don't think she's freaking out. I think she's like, "Ugh," and then it catches and she's just like, wee.
I mean, she is used to flying, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the last one, Callan, as you step up.
He just pushes me off the cliff.
No harness. Bye.
Are you doing anything in particular to sort of ready yourself for this?
Well, I think first of all, it depends if he's got like a proper harness or not.
He's quite slight,
'Cause he-
right?
Yeah.
Cool, though,
Yeah.
He's still
I would
big.
say so. Because they managed to find one that fits Zephyr. And I'd say you're probably about the same sort of. You're quite tall, but aside from that, it's more the sort of width of the chest area.
What?
So
The
Nim was wearing
circumference.
armor for one, and Kozov's massive.
He's a big boy.
So it's whether or not you think Callan has a small enough chest, essentially.
Chunky.
Yeah. Can the harness be like clipped on his back so he's got like his arms free and he's like Superman styling it? Or is it like
I mean,
forward
most
thing
of them
harness?
clip on at the back. If you're
Okay,
leaning back,
yeah.
it's sort of up and up, around.
Okay, so you like clip it on like that, and he'll do
You're
like
a
the run
Superman
jump,
too.
just Superman it, and I think in his head he'll feel the wings go out, even though he knows that they're not going to come out now, and just hope for God that he doesn't fall for a change.
Make me an acrobatics.
Sure.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Please
It's a
roll.
15. Thank God I have a +6.
Nice. Yeah, you even outspread your arms just ever so slightly, as you sort of like jump off.
Oh my god, you're literally becoming an Assassin's Creed.
Mhm.
Like, what? You're becoming an assassin. Like, you eagle, what?
It is
I literally
funny.
based Callan off of bloody what's the guy from Shadow of Mordor and Ezio. That's literally his
Valiant.
inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah.
So-
It is funny that you went last.
Oh no.
As we sort of from like the back camera view, we watch him do this, arms outstretched and steps forwards. As he moves his arms, you see a gentle blue trailing light as feathered wings on the back of his cape
Ooh.
before they sort of flicker out as he leans forward and then is carried into the darkness.
My boy's got my back.
Uh,
and I'll give
yeah.
a mental like instruction about 10 to 15
seconds after we leave, I guess.
Before
For
the
those who
defender?
try to get-
That's a
Before I
good point,
get out of
actually. Let
range.
me check something.
I think I have 60 feet with my mental thing with it.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be about 10 to 15 after I leave. So I don't
Well,
know
you
how
can
fast
give
we're
it an
going.
instruction to count and
Okay.
wait.
I
it's-
will give it an instruction to wait until I think we'd be at the end of that first zip line. To
Okay.
then go.
Yeah, as you're all zipping through the first part of the cavern, Kozar leading the way, you can tell that the air changes. It grows a lot colder and sharper as you sort of disappear into the depths of the caverns. The air's moving quite fast, and you can hear like the scrape of the carabiner. Halfway through, you feel like a sway. It's not violent, it's just enough to remind you that you're midair on a cable. As some of you are looking maybe like up forwards and then down. And you get like an acrid taste of something on the air. It's foul. Like it's a foul taste on the air. As you're zooming through the first portion of the caverns, you notice that they've painted like different depictions of stuff, so that as you're moving through that fast, you begin to see a moving image, a picture. What you can tell is it's a beautifully copper-haired woman twirling, and you can see she's wearing a bright long tutu and just twirling in the air, and all around her, dancing amidst a campfire, are these depictions of goblins that sort of move in a circle as you're like the air that's all racing past. They have painted it stopgapped on the cavern walls so that you can sort of see it as you're going along. Near the far anchor, you can feel, so Kozar first, you can feel the cable sort of tighten as the angle changes, and it begins to slow down. Make me a perception check, please, Kozar. And I will say with disadvantage, because you can't see in the dark.
Oh no, I can't! Oh, that's rough. Oh no, I just threw my dice. With disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
What is it with perception? Oh my god, why does he have such good perception? That's what harbor here. That's a dirty 20.
Very good.
It would have been if it was.
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled a 13 and he has a +7, and I rolled an 18 on my other dice. So it would have been crazy.
It is what it is.
A dirty 20. Still pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah, you rapidly see approaching sort of an alcove that you can see the cable in the distance. You can see the cable is attached to, and you are rapidly approaching the end, essentially. What would you like to do?
Well, obviously he gave him that thing for his hand to slow him down, but he won't slow down too much because he doesn't want someone to whack into the back of him. So he's gonna slow down and then cool out, just so enough so the person behind him can hear that he's at the end, so that they know to slow down too.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of reach up the hand and it begins to score against the steel cable, and you can feel that momentum slow down as you come to a stop. Can you make me a luck check? Roll me a d6.
Ooh. Oh, I don't like these. 3.
3. Okay. Yeah, I think the apprehension not to stop too swiftly it wasn't enough, and as you sort of hit the end, you hit the side of not of the wall, but your carabiner hits the side of the wall, and you just swing massively to the point where your feet almost touch the ceiling, and it swings back again. Okay. Upon hearing this, for the rest of you guys, you follow suit and begin slowing down as each person sort of daisy chains that instruction to the next. And you all make it to the next alcove. You can see that there's no goblins here, but you are quite capable to sort of, you notice that the alcove is higher up. It sort of leans upwards, so you are quite able to put your feet down and sort of reach up and unclip. And you notice that following the curve of this alcove and this small little tunnel, you see the next cable as it sort of leads the way. As Callan is the last one to sort of get there and sort of makes the way, unclips, you hear this sort of cackling, like, and zooming behind him, like full Superman, but with both of his arms out. You can see, and he's moving at speed. Spindle is just following, zooming down, and you can see he's like, as he, you notice as he gets towards there, you notice him reach his hand up, but he's not wearing the gloves, and in one deft move, I rolled a natural 20. He unclips and sort of leans back, and he does a backflip with the momentum and just lands on his feet like
just
Can we land like Avenger style? Like I land and then he lands next to me.
Yeah. I'd say like Callan sort of lands, unclips, and you can see he's sort of like, he's quite cool about it, and you just see in the background over his shoulder just like this swooping momentum of tiny gold and green, as he sort of like superhero lands next to Callan's bar.
That's awesome.
Cool. And then you obviously begin making your way to the next cable and so on.
Can just because obviously Kozar can't see, and his, just while they're going through like the tunnels, Kozar's also then he's gonna hold just the hilt of his sword, of his scimitar, because I read that if he's holding it, he can cause it to shed light. So just while he's walking through the tunnels, just so that he could see, he's just gonna hold onto it in his sort of hilt, just lift it out just a little bit, so it's like a little torch, so he can just see around while he's walking.
Okay. What does the light look to you, do you think?
I have no idea. You said it's like a crystal thing.
It is a crystal,
right? So I imagine it's sort of like, I don't know the word that I'm looking for. Is it iridescent? So it's kind of like almost multicolored, but
yeah,
not.
That is iridescent. Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine it's kind of like that, like closer to the, like, oh well, no, more like further away that it gets, because it's like a bright light and then it dims out. So I reckon at the center it's just like this blinding white, but then as it dims out, it sort of sheds out in more multicolored, iridescent colors.
Okay. Anyone else? As you guys are there's a lot of cables. So as you're doing the cables and moving through the tunnel next, what would you guys be doing?
I think Zephyr would see the little light coming from the sword, and be like, "Oh, I like your little night light."
Not all of us can see in the dark.
As you say that, Zephyr, can you make me a religion check?
Yes.
Ooh.
Religion. So good at that. 14.
There is a symbol on the blade. You can't quite see it because he's only just pulling it slightly out of the sheath. But there is a symbol on the blade that you recognize. Let me find it. It is
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, it is. It's, you can only just see like parts of it, but essentially it's like an open hand, like a palm, with like a halo sort of around it. You know that as the sign of the luminary, one of the Trinity, which makes sense given what the blade does. And as you sort of like give it that little look over, you feel like a little crackle of lightning run up your spine.
In a good way?
Yeah. It's like a little tingle.
Did Kozar just kind of give her goosebumps? Well, let me rephrase. Did Kozar's sword? Nope, that sounds worse. Never mind.
If you want, you can make an insight check.
Yes.
Do it. Do it for the law.
That's a nat 20!
Let's go, baby!
Oh yeah.
Law drops!
That's what every clip we have on Twitch is like labeled.
Law drops!
Law drops! I need to make more clips, to be honest. I keep forgetting.
I almost made some of the last session, but then I was like, I don't want to be weird. I almost clipped just the dragon part.
Yeah, that was good. Okay. Yeah, a natural 20. You get this, you get the sense that it wasn't so much you reacting to it, but maybe your namesake. And there's something... A natural 20. There's something about it. That speaks to you. It's almost like you feel like you have seen it before, but you know that you haven't.
So, seen the weapon?
Yeah, it feels familiar in a sense, and I'd say with a natural 20, you, as that like tingle, I'm trying to word this right without giving too much away. Fuck it, I'll just give it away. As that tingle runs up your spine, you feel Zephyrix respond in kind. Like, just the presence of someone who follows him, who's apparently blessed by him, who has part of his name. The Zephyrix responds almost immediately to that blade. As soon as you see it, there is a bright, it's almost like the light is brighter for you in that moment. And you notice that in the braids of Kozar's long white hair, as it's sort of like shaved at the sides, there is intertwined, you only see it in this moment, the intertwined threads of gold that sort of light up
Ooh.
at the same time as he sort of unsheaths it. You know innately with that nat 20 that blade was meant to be destroyed. It shouldn't exist. The fact he has it, it like the reason it feels familiar to you is Zephyric saw it destroyed as you get that wave of emotion. Yeah, he shouldn't have it, and you're not sure why.
I think the initial like, oh, I like I like the nightlight was like a genuine, like not even being snarky, just like a genuine like, ooh, pretty light. And then with this realization, any kind of smile, or anything kind of will slowly fade from her face, and her expression turns a little bit more grave.
Okay.
But she doesn't say anything.
Cool. Keep it mission orientated.
Just wants to save Persephone.
Lag out. I mean,
but yeah, as you
goes up.
as you guys get closer and your boots sort of find more stone than air, you notice that the tunnels begin to be a lot smaller, but you notice that every now and then there's like a pillar. There seems to be some form of carving that begins to show itself, and there's deliberate work in the edges of the walls. You begin to notice shallow grooves cut into the floor, maybe to channel the water away. The stone walls become a lot less curved and a lot more angled. And you approach a ledge that runs laterally along a cavern wall that sort of widens outwards. It's probably wide enough for maybe 6 people to walk side by side, so it's quite wide, and then just drops away to nothingness. And above you begin to see the beginnings of a citadel forming. You can actually see sorry, good voice crack. You can actually see the first wall, and you can see a massive arch of stone sort of spans from part of the cavern wall and then down towards where the ledge ends. You can see geometric carved motifs on it, but this one looks a little bit less attended to. You notice that there's a lot of sort of dark vines curling around it, with like very dark petals as it grows in this place of no sunlight.
Ooh.
And as you begin to move into that open space, seeing the beginnings of this citadel, you can hear a soft scrape of something against stone. And in the distance, you can see a shape detach itself and begin gliding down. But you notice it doesn't come your way, as it just disappears into the
Karitar's
cavern
gonna
below.
sheath his scimitar so the light goes out. Also, I did just scroll down his character sheet. He does have dark vision.
Does he?
Yeah. Species traits. You can dark vision. You can see in darkness shades of grey up to 60 feet.
Wow. He
I was
didn't
just
when
seeing if he
first
had
met
any
him.
other traits.
Interesting.
But I was just seeing if he had any other traits going on.
How big was the big shape?
Bat-sized.
Okay. I also forgot to ask, as time has gone on, and I mentioned earlier, like Zeph has been reaching out to her dragon friend. Has she heard any response or felt any response?
No, now that you're much further away.
She gets worried, but not for her, but for him. Like, I hope he's okay. I hope he doesn't think I abandoned him.
Well, we'll have to find that out another time.
Done.
Jesus.
Cool. What else are you doing as you begin to approach this sort of less tended to part of the citadel?
Well, Kozar has sheathed his weapon. Zephyr has pulled out hers at the bat-sized shadow that you've described.
To be fair, he sheathed his because it was glowing.
Yeah, but she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have mine out.
Kozar's gonna maybe suggest. Are we close to the thing, or are we far back? Are we any closer than?
You're about 100 feet from what appears to be the first proper architecture.
Are there? Did you say that if there were like, obviously he can see, but did you say if there was any like light, any of those like blue torches dotted around?
Not that you can see at the moment, no.
Okay. Well, I was going to say Kozar was going to maybe suggest him sort of sneaking forward a little bit first, and then coming back just to ensure that it is sort of deserted. But I can imagine we can see from here if it is.
Can you make me Kozar, can you roll me a d20, please, and tell me the result?
How high is the ceiling above us right now, roughly?
You're about to come out to just an open cave. It is, I don't know, very much hundreds of feet above.
Is it over 150 height?
Yes.
It's pretty important what I was going to try. I'll wait till Kozar's bit's done.
18.
On the roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a flat 18.
Cool. Yes, what is everyone doing as you approach this first sort of big arch?
Kozar's gonna detach himself just a little bit, just giving a slightly wider berth so he can be a little bit more sneaky and not in the group per se.
I'm sneaky.
Yes, but some of you are covered in metal.
Yeah.
Clink clang, clink clang.
He says that as the Still Defender lands behind them.
I would also like
a little bit.
Kozar wanting to be sneaky because he doesn't think everyone else is sneaky when he was the one who sneezed loudly and revealed himself.
Yeah.
That's me rolling a natural one, baby.
He also I feel like he just sort of wants to not be, if they do get attacked, not be in a bundle.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Smart.
So I feel like he's wise enough, now that I've seen his fucking wisdom. I feel like he's wise enough to sort of just I mean, his wisdom's not great, it's only a +1, but I feel like he is also just wise enough to know that he should just separate a little bit, just to give a wide berth, so if you guys are attacked, he can... What's the word that I'm looking for?
Save himself?
No, what's the word that I'm looking for? When he goes no.
Sneak attack.
No.
Ambush.
No.
Okay.
So he's behind them, you know?
Flanking.
Yeah.
Flanking, thank you!
Welcome.
So that he's just basically got a different view to you guys. So he'll just do a wide berth and sort of, even though he's huge, he's going to try and sneak.
Okay.
Get a little bit lower
Are
to
the
the
rest of
ground.
you also sneaking? Or attempting to sneak?
That's why he gave a wide berth. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Nim is
I'll
not-
attempt to follow a little bit behind him.
Okay.
I'll give it a little bit of distance, but I will try and sneak. and when I get through like the first like checkpointy arch, and we get into the next sort of area, he's gonna, if he can do it stealthily, knock an arrow, and then he's gonna whisper a sort of like incantation into it, and he's gonna use Bird's Eye Bolt, which basically you fire an arrow up into the air and you can see 150 yards in all directions as long as it's straight up. So you get to like a lay of the land. That's my only other infusion left.
That is fucking sick.
So it's a great recon thing, but that's all it's good for.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
You want the stealth check for me, like going in first?
Yes, please.
Or do you want just
either one?
Okay, so that's a 15 for the stealth.
Cool.
Can I say at this
sleight of
point
hand for the
Nim
arrow?
has her axe out, just in case we get ambushed?
Okay, makes sense.
Zephyr is less looking around her and more looking above her.
Interesting. What was the sleight of hand, Callan?
So the sleight of hand is an 11. If you want to know what the if you want to know what the incantation is, like according to Griffin Saddlebag, is I spy with my bird's eye something else to shoot at.
I love that.
What was it? Sorry.
Roll me a d6. Roll me a luck check.
That's 5.
Pretty good. Nice. You don't hit any bats.
What a shame.
All I'm saying is, look, this is a very much an aerial orientated city, and he's firing at arrows straight upwards. I was like, if he rolls a 1, he's hitting a bat.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Imagine if you had that.
there's
That would be
probably
twice in a
use
row.
case.
Yeah, that would be twice in a row that Callan's just fucked up with a bat.
It was me.
Actually, no, it was Persephone.
It was
time.
me.
Was it Persephone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I attacked the bat because it was above. No, to be fair,
No,
it
it
was above you,
it was
Ben.
Callan's
Yeah,
luck
it was.
check.
Yeah,
it was
but
Callan's
Yeah, it
luck
was
check.
Callan's
attack
luck.
it.
Yeah.
To be fair,
my
Seth
luck
was the
check.
one that shot it, but you
Yeah.
were the one that
Yeah.
alerted it.
They just love you. They're so edgy. They're like, oh, yes, become one of our riders.
Give me some of that.
Yeah.
Give me some of that.
Yeah, as you sort of shoot this arrow up, yeah, you can see a lot of the bit as it soars upwards. You can see a good portion of the lower part of the citadel, because it is 900. This whole thing is 900 feet tall. So you see a good portion of the lower part of the tiers. The buildings are very like tall and very monolithic, and there's not a lot of ornamentation other than very much elven architecture. You can see, because you can see probably in all directions, that the architecture grows as it goes upwards with like slender spires, and it's very gothic. There's a lot of like sharp angles and ornate, very austere architecture, and a lot of things carved from what looks like stone, and then some metal as well that have been and as it shoots up, you see what appears to be it looks like an elf. You know it's made of metal because you can see the seams and the bolts in some parts of it, but it's an elf with giant leathery wings that are essentially forming gargoyles on some parts of the buildings. It looks like if you had blended the Skavren and the Drow together, this is what you would get.
So is it like a construct, or is it like just someone clad?
It's just a metal statue, as far as you can tell. It's just a metal statue.
And I do not like that.
But yes, you do see everything in the city is lit up with it looks like blue sconces and braziers and lanterns, but you notice as it shoots up and you see a couple of very well leathered armored helmed warriors walking along one of the parapets. As they draw closer, the sconce turns red and sort of illuminates the area in this very light red glow, so it almost forms like a violet where the two meet.
With the knowledge that we had from when we initially went into Collapse Point 9 with those torches that were wood, do they look anything similar in how they react that Callum might pick up, or? So, like...
No. The only thing you can see is they don't look the same. Yeah. They just look like they change color.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you can't really tell the difference because it's less for you specific because it's more a magic thing. It's less so much an invention.
It's sort of like a bird's eye view spell.
Yeah. But yeah, you see the roosts, you see some of the bats are sort of just chilling out. You see a lot of knife-eared warriors wandering around. There is a pattern to them. But,
so I'll like go up next to Kozar and do like the whole like guerrilla tactics, like drawing out what I could see in the ground. And just explain like the layout of like, right, there's loads of guys over there, there seems to be a patrol here, watch out for the torches because they seem to react when people walk past. He's going to be like full on nerd rambling but try to keep it as quiet as possible. Filling in the others.
Kozar will be crouched like immediately, like the second you start like drawing in like the dirt or like whatever's on the floor, he'll crouch next to you with like rubbing his like temple with one hand as he's trying to keep up.
But main point of call, guys in that tower, guys walking over here, torches that light up, so it had to be sneaky.
Did Zephyr tell them that Persephone told them she was in the tower?
No, she has not.
Okay, then she will. Then he will say, "Oh,
what has Persephone been doing?
How long roughly has it been since she got that message?"
So they've taken a short rest, and it took them about 2.5. So it's been about 3 hours since that message.
She would, in that case, she would take a short rest too, because she would have nothing else to fucking do. So she would take a lovely short rest. And then I feel like even though she can't pray, even though she doesn't know if she doesn't know, she can't reach her, can't use her magic, she would sort of take a more maybe not very long, maybe 10 minutes to just sort of reach out, not expecting answers or help. She'll sort of reach out, now that she doesn't have her symbol, missing it. She'll probably say, she'll apologize, say she's sorry that her faith has been wavering. She'll say, I don't know if you can hear me, but you're a god, right? Keenan has spoken to you without a holy symbol before. Keenan has called upon you. So I don't care if you can't answer me as long as you can hear me.
Make me a history check as Persephone.
Oh, let me get Persephone shit up. Oh, I don't have to.
I
have nothing on history. I know. I have 0.
Yeah, you have nothing.
I am 0 intelligence. I have nothing. Yeah. I don't need to look. I went to open it and was like, never mind. 18!
As you're making that prayer and you have your eyes closed, you don't have a holy... You sort of go to...
Yeah, instinctively to touch it.
Like, and then maybe your arm as well. And as you have your eyes closed and you're just thinking... And you needed to get some air because being trapped in this bedchamber...
Yeah, she'd probably have been on the balcony the entire time.
Yeah. You open your eyes and you can't help but think of him and how much you've finally found each other, and yet you've spent so much time apart as well. And you don't feel saddened by that because you know that he will most likely always find his way to you. And with that plea, you're reminded of back when you were traveling. He used to do this trick. He had this sword that was just so beautiful. And when you were traveling late at night, rather than making a campfire, sometimes he would just put his sword in the dirt and it would glow and you could watch the stars without the light of the fire getting in the way. And as you open your eyes, deep down, as the citadel curves and winds itself in this sort of spiral pattern down, all the way down, you can see just on the edge of where that darkness from the sconces fades into nothing, there is a tiny iridescent glow before it goes out.
Seeing that, what she'll do is she'll be a fucking dick again. And she doesn't know if they'll be able to see her, if they'll know it's her, but she will set 2 more books on fire. And she'll just stand there on the balcony with them in her arms, and she's just twirling. She's just spinning with 2 books on fire. And she doesn't know if anyone's gonna see her, but she's like, fuck it, can't hurt.
I will let the party nominate one person.
The arrow I fired, the eye stays in there for a minute, so I don't know whether that coincides or not, but just to let you know.
Well, he put his
Make me a luck check.
sword away
Let's find out.
a while before. He put his sword away a while before you did that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So, and she lit them as she saw his sword go out. So I imagine.
Yeah, nominate someone to make a perception check, and I will say with advantage.
Can Kozar do it?
Sure.
He doesn't have very good perception. He has +4, but unless somebody else wants to.
It's up to the party.
Yeah, unless someone else.
I always forget what Zephyr's stats are, but I was gonna suggest Zephyr just because she was looking, like I mentioned, she was looking specifically
she was looking
upwards.
Well, you have a +6.
Oh yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only one that knows she's in a tower. No one else will be looking up for her.
True. Also very true.
You said with advantage, right?
With advantage.
Yeah.
That
Thank
10 is
God,
rough.
that first roll not so good. Second roll even worse.
Oh no!
With a 10,
Yep.
You see something.
Nothing.
You see what stands out to you is you see in the right near the top, sort of where Spindle said the big house was, this very ornate looking hall that's got like different towers on it as well. You can see a yellow flame, and it just stands out to you because everything else is blue or red and violet, and you just see this like little flickering yellow flame, and eventually it goes out.
Would I be able to make out where if the flame is coming from a structure?
Oh yeah, you know it's in part of the towers, so you can tell.
Okay.
It's very well lit, so you guys
Zephyr
can see a lot.
So Zephyr would make the leap of, oh my god, that must be Persephone, because like, I assume there's other towers or
Yeah.
like So, but Zephyr might click a memory of like, she turns around and goes, oh, I didn't say anything before, but Persephone's in a tower.
As she says this, for the rest of you, and you all sort of like
she doesn't say it's the fire or anything.
Yeah, as she says this, and you like sort of look back at her and then look back at the citadel, you do notice that there's a lot of towers. Like a good portion of this building is just tower. In fact, the whole middle portion is a tower. So it's kind of like a, okay. That she could be in one of them.
I feel like Seth would still be setting things on fire, like the whole time. The second one goes out, she set another thing on fire.
So, as you finish burning the first book...
Oh no! They're coming to get me! No!
You feel this slight hush of stone against stone. And as you quickly look back, you notice that the door's open. And there's two attendants. They're both tall, sort of armored in lacquered violet plate that sort of drinks in all of the light that is now being cast by your yellow flame. They don't really speak to you. They just sort of each take positions. Eyes forwards, hands resting near these long curved blades at their hips.
Oh, is someone coming in?
And they just move their hand for you to exit.
Oh. Okay. Seth, with like, the last book on fire, she's just gonna throw it off the balcony and then walk with them. Just so that they can see a falling, glowing book.
Okay, I'm going to roll a luck check for the drow. Okay. As you finish telling those guys, you watch as one of those flames begins to drop, but your heart sinks as you watch a shadow sort of pass over it midair. As you know what it is, mid-flight, and as it passes over, the flame is gone. As you are reminded, there are giant bats everywhere.
I think the moment the anything relating to bat is in sight, Zephyr just slams her eyes shut. It's just like, why?
Can I know that they're not gonna respond to Seth, but she'll be all sort of like curious, and ask them, "Oh, are we gonna go see your big boss lady? Am I gonna meet your boss? Is she gonna chat? Is she gonna kill me?"
Mother has called you.
Mother? Like actual mother? Like, she your mama? Or, a different kind of mother?
You notice...
Did she birth you?
They just keep their hand up, and as they
she
move
just
their
keeps
heads...
talking.
As they move their heads from you and to the doorway, you notice that leaning ever so slightly is a very familiar, tall, armored woman with that long braid and the sort of freckled constellation across her purple skin.
These other ones have like full masks on, like full helmets. So I can't see
Yeah,
their
the other
faces.
ones have helmets.
So I can't see if they have it too. Okay.
No.
She's just gonna wave at her, like they're besties, even though they're not. She's just gonna
Yeah, she
give her a
just
little
raises
one of
her
those little
hand.
finger waves.
Gives you a come here gesture.
Seth being Seth, she's gonna be like, well, it can't get any worse. And she's gonna like skip over, or like happy-go-lucky. And then be like, does my earth magic not work here either? asking for a friend.
I would not advise.
I'm
trying.
not going to use it. I just wanted to know if I was still.
No.
If it's like on your whole thing. Okay, cool. I'm not an idiot. I'm severely outnumbered. Anyway, where we're going? And she like links her arm through hers. Just like.
You notice, although there's 2 extra guards next to her, so there's 4 in total. Although they are very posture kept up, properly mean. A couple of them are probably even taller than like some of the guards you saw in Wyrdcast Coast. Like they are big, very slender but very tall.
I can be.
You notice that this person that you've linked arms with, this woman, sort of relaxes into you ever so slightly. You notice that she's wearing very similar sort of like this plate armor, but hers trails into this like sheer fabric dress rather than plated greaves. And she's wearing long, beautifully silver metal boots as she lets you link arms with her and begins to guide you down the hallway. As she does, you notice that 2 sort of small, quite young dark elves are holding trays, and she picks up a glass and sort of with her other hand and offers it to you as you're walking by.
Steph will hold it, but she won't drink it.
Okay.
She'll like pluck it out of her fingers, but she won't drink it.
Cool.
She's like I said, I'm not an idiot.
You notice this liquid is like a deep burgundy, and there's like a whiff of berries as you take hold of it.
Oh my god, it's Jennifer.
Gooseberries. But yeah, and she leads you into this very tall. It's like maybe a couple of minutes of you guys walking, and you notice the guard. There's 2 in front, 2 behind. As you're being walked through these halls, tall ceilings, long arches. You notice there's no glass in any of the windows. They're just arches that lead into the next room, or set of steps, or things like that. There's long, beautifully violet drapes everywhere, and every now and then you see these ornaments on the sconces look like open mouths with sharp teeth. And as you enter into this hall, you notice
before we get anywhere, Seth wants to just quickly say, like, while they're doing that little walk,
sure,
like 2-minute walk, she just wants to say to these people, to this beautiful lady whose name she doesn't know, she's gonna say, I know you said that this mother's she's gonna judge me, and there's a likelihood that I might die today, so you don't owe me anything, but I would ask that maybe if I do die, you could send my letters to my friends. That's all. Just that, you know, dying without saying goodbye is not really ideal.
You notice there's a very far off stare as she's considering what you're saying. You have people you love, and you want me to take letters to them.
You don't have to take them, but I've written their names, their full names on the letters, and I know that you can send letters without. I have gold that you can use to send them magically to my friends. I care about these people a lot.
If Mother should deem that your soul should live with our ancestors, your body shall be returned with your letters.
Thank you. And then the rest of the way she'll remain silent the rest of the way. Sort of squeezing her arm a little bit tighter because she's starting to get scared.
Okay, as you enter into this hall, these beautifully large steel doors that open, The ceiling goes up in shallow arches. It's very, if you can think of like an Italian architecture to it. Along the inner curves of arches along the walls, there's bands of inlaid crystal of violet and blue and silver, and they sort of ebb this constant subdue light. And you're reminded of very much of like this sense of twilight as you enter. The floor beneath you is polished obsidian, and it's etched with linear carvings that don't really form an obvious pattern as you're looking at first glance. And the longer as it catches your eye, you notice that each of those paths overlap each other and branch and converge, and each one ends in a very small mark, and a name is carved there. And this hall is massive, and there are thousands.
Steph's gonna sort of give her arm a little squeeze and say, "Are those the people? The ones that rest with your ancestors?"
You notice she sort of like moves ahead and like shushes you as you begin to walk in.
She like immediately nods and tight-lipped.
Along parts of the wall, beneath panels, are long vertical banners of dark fabric with star patterns embroidered on them. Different overlapping constellations. The cloth looks very old, and you notice that it's been repaired over and over again rather than been replaced. As you are walking in, you notice that the sound of your footsteps is gone. And as you begin to talk, you notice that it is loud as you talk. Like, 'cause it just reverberates around everything. Standing next to a hearth that's glowing purple fire is a very tall, even for the drow, woman. And it elongates her figure even more because the crest above her head is this beautifully long circlet of dark metal that arcs upwards into almost a spiral, sort of. It's like interlocking arcs that go in together, and it looks almost like antlers in a sense. You notice that small crystal nodes are set along it, and they reflect the light onto her face as you watch this beautifully blue and violet light enhancing parts of her features. She has very high cheekbones, a very narrow jaw, and her eyes are like a deep, deep violet. Her skin has constellations scattered, not so much. It's whereas the woman next to you only has them across, as far as you can see, only across her cheeks. They are.
I did ask her, and she said she only had them. I asked.
Yeah.
She said she only had them.
You can see, because she's wearing a very deep cut dress, scattered across her collarbones, her throat, the backs of her hands. You notice that hers don't glow; they just catch light, almost like they're diamonds on her skin. Twilight. I couldn't help it. Her hair is like silver wire that's been drawn into layered braids. You notice that there's different pieces of jewelry crested in it. And she's not wearing any armor. She's just wearing long layered silks of indigo and grey. And like a long, beautiful cloak that's very dark navy. And as you all enter, she sort of bows her head, and you watch all of the guards leave almost immediately, and the doors shut.
Including the woman with me?
Not including her. She stays.
Okay. Seth doesn't say anything. She just sort of tenses up a little bit as everyone else leaves. But she remains silent after her new friend shushed her.
Shh. So this matriarch approaches you, and you notice she tilting her head and she's studying you, and like looking across your arms and on your hands.
Steph sort
And
of
then on your
holds them out
face.
to her. She holds her arms out and sort of turns them around so that she can see easier.
Interesting. Where do you come from?
You see, that's a very complicated question. Originally, Kaloria.
I was not aware your people were allowed.
I forget what they're called, but I have it written down somewhere because the Astral Bound?
Yes.
Were not allowed.
No.
Why?
You don't know the stories of your own people? Are you an exile?
I know parts. I figured honesty is the best policy right now, right?
I would hope so.
I haven't always looked like this. I was not born this way? Is that how they all start?
There is like a visible confusion. Like, you don't need an insight check to know that. She is very much confused by the way you've just said that.
We did, and my friends and I, we came across another like me. His name was, I think it was Talus. And he was in the Dreadnought? Was it the Dreadnought? Whatever it was. We saved him from a prison cell. But no, I was not born like this. The Sanctum, thank you.
It was the Sanctum.
Yes, we saved him. So if I'm not allowed, there's I'm not the only one.
It is just odd to see them away from their allowed circumstance.
And where is that? The allowed circumstance? Is it the I know that I could be wrong about this, okay? Above table, but I'm pretty sure you said ages ago that they were sent to the hells. The slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was my people?
That was your people.
Okay, okay. Then she'll say that. She'll say, is that what you mean? That I'm not in the hells?
Yes. You do not have the privilege of serving the lords of hell.
I don't know much about the hells, to be frank. Like I told you, I've only really looked like this for less than a year, maybe a year tops.
I was not aware that your people could be created as such. At least not.
I was a person, a different person before.
You see, she like moves her head back to you as she was going to like think to say something, and you watch as starlight erupts around her eyes and across her nose and cheeks, and like this beautiful glittering, and those violet eyes turn blue and they glow, and she's like looking at you very deeply, like almost through you.
Can't
Yes.
do that.
Yes, you are different.
Different, I hope. She gives like a really awkward thumbs up.
Do you know much about your people?
I know what I've read and what I've assumed that I am. I know. I need to find it in my notes. I know that. I know that I don't remember where it is. Okay. I think I remember that there was 12 of us. 12 originally. Or it might have been 10. I think it's 12. Which no, to answer your question, I don't know much. I know what I've read in a book. I know what I've seen in paintings. But like I told you, well, actually, I don't think I told you this part. I died, and I woke up like this.
Intriguing.
Honesty is the best policy.
You see, there's like a small
You can see she's like visibly
smile.
shaking, like she is.
No, there's like a small smile on her lips. And she like looks at the woman beside her, and you notice that there's like a small smirk.
Oh, is that a smirk of death?
No,
Okay.
we are amused at how similar you are.
To you? Or to someone?
She like nods her head ever so slightly.
I did have questions, but I feel like I'm not really in a position to ask questions.
I suppose I could tell you about my people, and that might help
Nods
inform.
very eagerly.
Yes. You are aware of the sundering of the spire, I assume.
Yes. Yes.
My people were... We served someone of action. Someone who... And you see she catches herself. We serve someone who... He was not always so looked upon badly by the rest of your people. Volmathar was He was our shining king. And during the war, we agreed that we would serve him and fight for the gods. And she sort of picks the cup that you had in your hand and like takes a sip of it and puts it back in your hand again.
At least she knows now it's not poison.
The Yurusan was sent, one of you was sent to us to mediate his meeting with the rest of the Gilded Souls. Or at least they're known as that now. And when the Sundering happened, we were, a good portion of us elves who served our Lord, were caught in its elemental chaos. We found ourselves adrift in an endless void. And soon our bodies began to change as well. We lived and we became part of the Astrobound and their home. They gave us shelter in the Astral Sea until our Lord came and set us free. Our souls are not bound to time. We can die and be reborn. And we remember everything.
Oh.
This is my... And you see she says something in an Elvish that's old. Like, I don't think you would even know what she says. But you notice that it seems to be some sort of confirmation that she's asking your companion. And the other, your companion sort of like shakes her head and then says something back. And she's like, yes, this is my 114th body.
Lisa. And, you remember all of your other lives?
I remember the important things. There is a limit to how much the mind can store.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
About
Has my
these,
hospitality insulted you?
No, I'm curious about how these memories of your previous lives work. I've myself have had visions of myself standing in black sands of hell, and I've never been. Are those memories of a
Possibly.
past?
It is... And you see those eyes like glow again as she's looking at you. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God. Where's my... Hold on! Saving throws, where are they? There they are. +7, 19. I'm so glad.
You feel something piercing your memory.
Ooh.
As she's looking at you.
Can I... She's gonna look at her back and say, will it hurt? Because she knows she's
No.
trying to look into her. Can I choose to fail it?
That is a thing you
Fail
can
to
do
say
in
and
D&D.
let
Yeah.
her look?
Yeah.
she'll choose. She wants to know. She doesn't know.
It is
so she'll
gentle.
She'll choose to fail it.
It is really gentle. It's like silk. Just feeling her in your mind. And she pauses. It is like the beaches you dream of.
Yeah.
Not the ones with the black sand, the nice ones. Well, nice for you. The sunlight does not look warm.
Yes, I figured.
It is like trying to hold sand. You can try to hold on to and search for something, but if you do not have the right implement or technique, you will lose it between your fingers.
Okay. And you... Is there any way that you know that, I mean, I'm saying this like I'm not scared that you're going to kill me. But on the off chance that you're not, is there any way that you know that will sort of the right implement to help me?
There
Gather
is.
those memories, or I'm assuming you're not going to tell me what it is, huh?
I feel it's only fair for you to tell me why you and your friends are down this far into the dark.
You guys carried me here.
I meant with the goblins.
Oh. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. We kind of get sidetracked a lot.
You see she moves away from you as she's talking, and that long cloak sort of swishing as she moves, and picks up a note and like reads it again and puts it down. It is too much of a coincidence that a great beast should show itself at the same time we are accosted by
A great beast? Seth didn't see the dragon. I'm assuming that's what you mean. What she means.
Yeah.
Seth didn't see it. She has no
Yeah, I
idea.
know. A great beast, yes. At the same time, a foul scourge of fanatics appeared looking for something. And then you and your friends.
The shit. Is she talking about the ones that were doing that spell?
Yes.
Looking for the I can firstly let me just say I'm not we're not part of these fanatics. We're the ones that sort of eradicated them. I don't know what my friends know a lot more about this sort of stuff than I do. I'm not really very smart.
You carry amongst you 2 servants of the Hells, and you expected me to believe you are not in league with this shattered storm.
2 servants of the Hells? Me?
She's talking about tieflings.
And yeah, that's what she's gonna say. Me and the red one?
Mm-hmm.
I assure you, I have no idea. I don't even know what the Hells have to do with it.
The daughters of Asmodeus are in league with the Lord of Storms.
What? It's like her face, like for a second it drops, and then she'll be like the, and she'll sort of think back to the sanctum, and when they saw the the, I think it was a cambion,
Mhm.
pinned against one of the signs for the portals. And she'll say, in retrospect, I should know that. We've seen sort of devils and portals, and we know about the portals and the devils, but I don't know how else I can assure you that I'm not part of that. I'm, to be blunt and utterly honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know my purpose. I'm following my friends to help them after they helped me. But we don't mean any harm.
You see her eyes like focus again, and she begins to like look back at you. Interesting.
What is it
So
now?
she is alive.
Who? Oh no. No, she's not. She's totally dead. Who are you talking about?
I was not aware that she had a daughter.
Shit.
And then her eyes sort of like widen almost. And a dreamer. Delightful.
Please.
And then like her eyes move and she tilts her head. I have to attend to some things. My daughter can show you out. And she moves.
Before, wait, what? She's gonna like look at her daughter and be like, "Can you tell me your names?" I feel like I've not introduced myself, and I probably should have, but I didn't know which name to use.
Do not worry, Willow.
Fuck.
We'll see each other again. And she walks out.
Well, that's just not fair. She looks at sort of her daughter, her friend, that's her new bestie, and she's gonna say, "Can I at least know your name instead of the other pretty lady?"
Make me a persuasion roll.
I'm so good at those. I actually don't know if I am. Nope. +3. For a total of 16.
No way. Okay.
Oh no.
I think a 16 is good enough. You watch as like a small bloom of pink.
Oh my god, I made her blush because I called her pretty.
Yeah.
I love that.
I just looked it up. What is her name? Oh yeah, yeah. Jalessa, but most people call me Jay.
Seth is going to say, "Well, you know that I'm Willow, but I actually go by Persephone now, or Seth." My
Persephone.
friends.
I like this. And she begins to walk you back to your chamber. And as you're walking, she sort of says it quite hushed. You should not trust my mother. She has disdain for many people, but she has alliances with most of them.
Is she going to hurt my friends?
Perhaps.
I don't care for me, but I do for them.
That is honorable.
I think, the people I grew up with would, my father didn't really use the word honor. He would say, he'd probably pat me on the back and say, "That's love, kid." And I love them like they're my family.
What does love feel like?
Oh my god. Seth puts her hand over her heart and she's like, "Oh my god."
I have
It is
read about it, but it escapes me.
I've been there. Do you not love your mother?
I care for her.
There are different variations of love. There's the romantic sense, the familiar family sense, a love for your friends.
My friends died in the war.
I'm sorry.
It is fine. It was a long time ago.
Have you lived many lives like your mother?
Yes.
And you've not felt love?
Not that I can remember. Maybe once. But he was, how they say in the books, from another world. And she notices that you guys have stopped walking. And one of the guards is looking at her. And, she looks back at him and there's a visible hiss. She has fanged teeth. And she forcibly hisses at him and he sort of moves his head away to not look at her. And you guys begin walking again.
Seth is gonna say, "I know someone who would love you. She's blue." I couldn't help myself, she will go on to sort of explain that she'll say that she's sure that love will find her, and love has probably found her and presented itself in ways that she doesn't understand. It's something that Seth is very familiar with herself. She says that she goes on to say, "You say I cannot trust your mother, but does that mean I can trust you?"
You see, once again, a smile, but it's very mischievous. No.
Then I won't give you any more information. But I appreciate your honesty. And I only plead that you do not hurt the people I love, should they come for me.
Well, if they look like you, why would I want to hurt them?
They don't.
And as she
Beautiful
sort
in
of
her own
ushers you into the room, she sort of smiles. I was not talking about the color of your skin. And closes the door.
Seth has a little moment of bi panic. She goes like bright red, so darker purple. there's a little pink over her, like darker purple cheeks. And she walks over to the bed and just flops down onto it, staring at the ceiling. Like, what just happened? Does this mean I'm not gonna die?
Okay, and before we end for the evening, we are going to switch over to our party. With your guys' stealth check, I will say that you have done enough to make yourselves into the lower access. You know, there's not so much buildings here. It just seems to be a lot of barracks. Very high walls, and these arches just kind of set out where you can access. With that sort of stealth check, it was a success for the group as a whole. You can let me know what your goal is in the first step to getting Persephone out of here.
Did Zephyr tell them that she thinks that might have been Seth? Because she just said, I forgot to tell you, she's in the tower. She didn't point out. Did she point out which tower?
No, because she's not sure. There's no way for her to know if that was Seth or not.
Okay.
I guess all we really can do is just gather intel and try and stay as hidden as we can. There's not really a lot we can do. It's if we make a noise, we're going to get jumped.
Kozar will probably excel at sort of just... He'll probably suggest him sneaking around while they hang back and him just sort of listening. Say he can go invisible. Did you say that? Because he's been invisible before. Or is it like a once per long rest thing?
Keenan's been invisible, but
or just because he sneezed out of his invisibility earlier, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
No, he's just very good.
He's just very good. Okay. In that case, he'll just be a little sneaky boy and just.
So I rolled a
just
19.
Hiding.
When I was testing out his stealth, I rolled a 19 on top of which is a 29 in total. So no one has seen him.
It's got
Damn.
+10. Yeah.
Stealthiest.
In that case,
and then the next roll was
suggest...
to see if he kept it up as Zephyr was looking, because she could feel something.
And then he rolled a nat 1.
And he rolled a nat 1. So I was like,
Achoo.
she's definitely going to see him. Yeah.
I probably tail 60 feet behind wherever Kozar is and just keep in mind link distance.
Yeah, well, he's just going to suggest that he won't move until you guys, unless you guys agree, so that he can.
I'll sort of work as like a tether between Kozar and the others. I like hit in the middle.
I just feel like he'd probably be easier to gather info.
What is the initial thought in terms of the steps to get where you want to go? Because obviously you guys are at the base at the moment.
Yeah. So we have no idea.
Did you say like there's like
tower
and stuff, but there's no?
Is there any like one tower, or is there like loads of?
There are many towers.
Yeah.
There's roosts. There's different sort of buildings that look like towers. There's the main.
Is there one that's more central than others that looks
the one
a bit
with
fancier?
the fancy roof? The guy.
Yeah. So the big house that's been mentioned. The big house has 7 different variations of tower.
Oh my god. I feel like Nim is like, we should just look for stairs, like a way up. That should be priority number 1. That's Nim's suggestion.
I think. Is that sorry? I asked. Is there any like guards or anybody around us?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
everywhere.
Not Seth. So confusing. Kozar will suggest the people in heavy armor hang back for just a little bit, so that him and Callan can maybe at least map out a route to get to where they need to go. Like sort of keeping an eye on routines and like, you know, in like stealth games where you keep an eye on where they pace back and forth, like guards and their movements. And when they rotate, that's what he'll sort of look out for. And he'll suggest doing that being like their first step so that he can create an easy path for the loud ones.
I forgot to ask this at the time. What would your ruling be? Because it says I can pick up the arrow again. What was the feasibility it landed anywhere near us? Because it still stays imbued even after that minute.
How good of a shot do you think he is?
Do you want me to roll like a normal attack and see how well it goes?
Yeah, just roll a straight attack, and depending on how high it is, depends on if it lands somewhere nearby.
That's an 18.
I'd say that's pretty high. It is.
It is at the longer. It's at the longer range of like the standard longbow range. So.
I would say it's within 60 feet of you somewhere.
Okay. Could I spend a bit of time trying to find it if I can?
Potentially, but we'll find out next week. Before we leave, we sort of pan past the party down below in the Citadel, up through a very rosy-cheeked Persephone, and through the door, you can see leaning against the door with her head up is Jay. And you can see she's contemplating and sort of absent-mindedly touching a necklace. Through the halls, down into the massive hall that we saw the matriarch in, and into the next room. It looks like a parlor. And you watch as this matriarch walks past a mirror. In the reflection, there are 7 yellow eyes and a gnawing teeth biting and making indentations on the glass of the mirror as she sort of sweeps past it. And that is where we're going to end our session. We will be returning next week and the weeks after for another episode of Stormcaller's Fury. But until then, this has been my Wyrdcast. Thank you very much, guys. Say goodbye.
Bye.
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 Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring? Only to wither and die. You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady.